Hello. Welcome to the final part of the fabled Disney vlogs. Yeah, I'm recording this a week later. You can probably tell because I changed my shirt. Yeah, that's the first thing you're looking at when one of these videos comes on, right? Probably was not the best idea to wait a week between these, especially for when you're trying to remember things. So kind of a mistake on my part, but that's just how we roll around here. You have no idea how many of these things don't get made. I'm also developing a cold, so this is all just gonna go super swimmingly. But you know, the Kingdom Hearts shirt is gone, because much like our little journey through the land of Disney. Things are winding down. So there's not a whole lot to talk about in this in this particular edition of the Disney vlog. Because after Epcot, we went back to the hotel and just kind of hung out for a little bit. I think the night previous with Magic Kingdom, no, I think first night was the night they went to actually, I think they went to the hotel bar twice, 2 nights in a row. I hung out a little bit there once, but did not do so a second time. I don't remember what exactly happened on those nights, because I know the first night was Disney Springs thing, and then it was that we tried, and then we were all huffy, and I think I came back and ate that ice cream, and then yeah, you already for you guys, you know all this stuff because you heard me say it 3 hours ago, but for me, I'm trying to remember a week back, and in that case, you probably know the story. What did we do after Magic Kingdom? We hung out a little bit, right? But no, this was the Epcot was. We were there until dark. We went back later at Magic Kingdom, so maybe we didn't. No, because I remember that's when we learned the excuse me. That's when we learned the place was open until 11. Anyways, we came back from Epcot and we just kind of chilled for a bit, and started thinking about having to leave because that was coming. I know my dad and I were just laying in the room at one point, and they had special Disney programming on the TV, so you could get Disney Plus shows and these other things, these short cartoons to keep your kids entertained in the morning, when they're getting ready and stuff. There were even videos where it was Mickey brushes his teeth, and it's that's kind of cute actually, and pretty smart, because man, I can't imagine wrangling together a bunch of kids trying to get them ready for the park day. But yeah, we also found a recording of the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom. So I talked a little bit about that when in that segment. But it was actually a nicely shot thing, from a place you're unlikely to get to unless you want to sit on your ass in Disney World for an hour or two. Which I guess if you have enough days there, it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, it was cool to we watch it head on from where it was supposed to be, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. I don't know. I don't feel like I need to talk too much about it because I'm literally describing a video to you. But my dad and I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. My mom was getting tea or something. I don't know what she was doing. I don't remember. But yeah, that was a thing we did. We rested, and then, because my dad and I came back early is what it was. And then my sister and her husband and my mom came back a little bit later than us. That's what it was. So that's when we watched that. All right, good. Glad we've solved that mystery that was important to no one. But yeah, so once everybody was back, we actually, I remember I texted my mom, where are you? She's like, I want some water. We're almost here. I want some water. So I took her refillable cup. I guess I could have brought one with me because we still have them. which were kind of worth it, by the way. One thing I didn't talk about, I think I did actually start talking about like the water situation and whatnot. But like, yeah, even if you just fill your park cup with water, like water in the parks is like $3 or some shit for Dasani. For Dasani, unless you're in like Epcot, France, where it's Evian or Evian or whatever the hell it's called. So like it adds up. Like if you're in the park for 3 or 4 days, that's $9. It's like already halfway paid for the, and just to have it at the hotel room and all that stuff, and with how close we were, I think those cups are actually pretty worth it. Like they were kind of pricey, but they were pretty worth it. You put your vanilla Coke in there because they have those machines that like you can just get whatever the hell you want and mix and match, and like you can create this stupid concoction that will like destroy your bowels. Like, who cares, right? Those machines did not work very well. And that will make all of my family nod their heads, like, which ones had ice? How hard was it? How hard did you have to bang on it to get it to do water? Like, one of the least magical things at Disney was those vending machines. So, sadness. Anyways, I met them there, and eventually, we decided to all go out and take a walk around the hotel grounds, which I had wanted to do since the beginning because I love hotels. The resort grounds were pretty beautiful, so I was pretty excited to do that. I don't think this is from that excursion. I think this is directly from when me and my dad came back from Epcot. This was like the main walkway. You'll see the other side of it. So this was cool. This little path down here had like the alligators from, I don't know what they were from, actually. I want to say Fantasia because they were alligators, and it wasn't Fantasia. It might be, are there, I don't know. I've never seen The Princess and the Frog, so it might be alligators from Princess and the Frog, but there were alligators there. Yeah. I don't know that I actually took like a picture of those, which is a little bit weird. I'm sure someone has one, but yeah, I don't know. Just like a very nice, there's a square over here. The eatery is over here, and our hotel room is over here, but like parallel to these things, which is this is a hot tub, and this is this was a playground for the kiddos, and then over this way is the shop, the like gift shop. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, just very nice looking place. This night, by the way, was way not as hot. It was cooler. Not as hot, yeah. It was cooler. No, I don't want to add a comment, thank you. Than the other nights. So it was just a very nice night, and I think no one just wanted to stay inside because it was nice. It was. So yeah, we started our walk, I guess. Well, this is basically the view from outside our room. You'll see, obviously, it's like a motel setup. So I'm standing on a balcony in front of the room. The room didn't have a balcony, which would have been nice, honestly. But I think that's how a lot of the Disney World resorts work. I don't know why. Only a few of them have like like a hallway indoors to your room, which is a little annoying. But yeah, I mean, just like a nice little garden, I mean, there's lots of space just dedicated to gardens here, and it's like, it's kind of nice, It's kind of nice, like not being directly next to everything. It doesn't feel cramped at all. It's I don't know. It's a nice place. So yeah, that's the view from the room. Again, back here is a hot tub, so it's like, interesting. I do a walk by later. Okay, so this is that picture, but from the other side, leading to the eatery and then the shop over here. The shop is like basically all of this. Reception and concierge is back here. And then there's a like a bar and a cafe back in here, and then there's the whole eatery over here. I didn't really take any pictures of that, so we're not going to see that, but hopefully we remember what it looks like. But yeah, this was I mean, just a really cool setup. You'll see a couple more pictures of it, but yeah, I mean, really cool. This guy was a little creepy though. He's just up here looking smug, But the coins were neat. There were jesters everywhere, so I guess it's like kind of part of a Mardi Gras thing. I don't know what jesters have to do with Mardi Gras, but there we are. But yeah, pretty nice. Like a nice place. Like I said, it's small. It was good, and it looked good. So no complaints there. Okay, this is the inside of that. So yeah, there we go. It's kind of like a train station or whatever. So that's pretty cool. What were we doing here? I think, were we trying to pay off the little rune cards? Because like you could like use them as a credit card, and it would charge back to your credit card. That was kind of neat. I didn't do that though. I think I whoa, no, we don't want that. I think I did that like once. So and it didn't work. Yeah, here's the other side of that door. You can see we got the jesters up here and the jester coins. A little weird, but you know, it's cool stuff. The float works. Yeah, that was the name of the eatery. It was cool. It was, and there was some good stuff in there too. So, you know, that was nice. We mostly only got food that we picked on there though. So, this was actually inside the Floatworks. This is that big door. And there were these cases full of masks. And I think I probably took this picture because I was like, ha ha ha, Persona. That's funny. That's basically it. That's all. I'm just a big nerd. Family will not understand what I'm talking about there. But I do. The gamers among us do. Otherwise, just cool masks though. So really, I mean, what are we splitting hairs for? This was the corner right outside our room. We're gonna pretend that I took a good enough picture to see what it said there. Ah, that's cool. Yeah. So it was nice. These were the little paths you walk down. You could, you know, and they would actually have like horse-drawn carriages and stuff, and small little maintenance cars running down them. The little golf carts were really cute though. But yeah, just a nice little street corner, you know. And no people. Pretty much no people. If you can find the person in this shot, don't tell me because I don't need to know. Okay, so this was definitely on our walk. We started finding some cool places. Look at just look at the size of this little garden area. It's just nice. And there's a nice fountain here. I think the next picture is zoomed into that. We were walking and there was like a garden on the other side of this. It was like a big open field area, and they were actually like screening Frozen 2 in the big area. And it's like, you know, there were only a couple of people watching, but again, I bet if you have the I lost my cursor. I bet if you have the time, you know, you just want to spend a relaxing evening sitting out and enjoying especially on this night, enjoying the weather. You just go at your resort, nice, quiet, watch Frozen 2 or whatever they happen to be showing at the time. I enjoyed the little kiddie movies they had playing on at the eatery. There was a small table, and above it was a TV that showed these things on these modern Disney cartoons on repeat. Some of which were movies. Oh God, what is that channel called? Movies Summarized? No, I don't know. One of those movie recap channels. But like they actually had original storybook images that were like just abridged versions of Disney movies. That was fun. I definitely like was just kind of watching those my first night when I was like, I'm in a different state. I'm spaced out. What the hell? So yeah, but this was a cool little area. Yeah, there's the fountain. Very, very cool little fountain. Just hang out by the fountain. I don't know. There's some benches. You can also start to see the room structure a little bit, and you can, you know, there it is. Oh yeah, that's just like kind of a cool image. You know, something my dad would notice. Boy, it's like all these LED lights. And it just like, it definitely looks different. You know, I can imagine how it would look like years ago when it wasn't these like very whitish silver type of lights, you know, because lights used to be very yellow. And I could imagine that it was very yellow, but like the way it glows in stripes like this is kind of cool looking. You can kind of get a feel for the rooms here, but I'm sure there's a better picture somewhere else. And some of the rooms were decorated, and it was always interesting when you'd walk by and you'd see a room with like the TV on, and it's like, oh, I guess they're done already. But we were too, so it's not like there's not much to say. And there's actually like, it looks like there's colored lights, different colored lights, you know. So this was down by the water, which you saw earlier, and you'll understand kind of where we went after a couple of pictures. But yeah, I mean, just a very nice place to just kind of chill. It's not. It was pretty quiet around here too, in a way that, you know, you don't really see back at home, unless you live out in a place like this, I guess. So this was a bridge. There was another picture that I didn't include in this that was like half focused and half not, but this was a cool bridge. There was a car. There were cars going across it. This leads to another Disney resort hotel called Port Orleans Riverside, which is far larger and harder to navigate. So we didn't really go too far past this. It was just a nice, pleasant little walk. You know, we were all tired of walking, but we walked this for some reason. So it was actually, I feel like it ended up being shorter than we intended, but yeah, this is a nice shot. This is a nice shot of the river, and Riverside is down there. Yeah, that's just pretty. You know, it's like, I don't know. And this is like man-made too. This is not a natural little canal here, which is part of the terrifying, staggering effort to make Disney World what it is. Just the power you have to change the earth. So, whatever. But it is very pretty, and we admired it a lot. This was a cool picture of just the light on the bridge. I think there are people here, so it's not a no person shot, but actually I don't know if that's people or not, but it was kind of like a spooky little image. I could imagine this, like, if you take some of the lights out back here, definitely the image for a horror movie splash screen, like the picture of the door from Resident Evil 7. And I love that kind of stuff. So there it is, a spooky picture. So, okay, yeah, here we go. Oh, God, it's my face. I'm not prepared for my face, even though it's right here. So, one of the things we did was I carried my lightsaber around with me because it had been 3 days and I hadn't shown it off to everyone. So, this is right next to that bridge. They're like, go swing the lightsaber around. So, there were a lot of pictures of that, actually, because everyone was like, oh man, let me get the best one, right? So there actually an inordinate amount of numbers, or an inordinate amount of numbers. That's what I just said. An inordinate amount of pictures of of this thing, as everyone experimented with getting the lightsaber to try and look good. But a lot of the pictures turned out like this, which are, like, frankly, kind of freaking awesome. The only thing I lament about them is that, like, the hilt is the thing that you built, and the blade is not even that, like, good. It's legit just a plastic tube, like most of my other lightsabers. So that's not really the impressive part. So unfortunately, that's not really what we got a lot of the time. That's a pretty cool looking picture. I don't look like a total nerd in that one. I mean, it is actually pretty decent. It's a little blurry, but, like, yeah, it's cool. You can also see the case they give you. Oh boy, you can carry that through an airport. This thing is heavy, by the way. Like, it's still right next to my desk. This is a solid chunk of metal, my man's. So it is actually pretty heavy. And when you're carrying it around all through the airport, which we'll talk about, like, it can get pretty annoying. And, like, this case is not very good. It started fraying, all the fuzz started coming off and whatnot. So it was kind of a mess, but it was fun. And there were a lot of these pictures. I chose like one or two. I don't think I chose one with the arc in it. No, I didn't. My bad. But yeah, some people got it where it was like I would swing it and it would just be like a whole semicircle. And that was kind of cool. But I love the way that this photographs, by the way, because it actually does kind of look like the center of it is white and the outside is the color. So, like, when you photograph it, it looks like an actual lightsaber. When you light it up, it's all just green. It's like the tube is green and the glow is green, and that's really where we're at. So yeah. I would be curious to know if they still do, if, like, the crystals still do, like, different colors and whatnot, because that would be kind of interesting to see. Because in the pictures, it almost shows up, like, almost more of a, well, it depends on the picture. Because, like, here it looks teal, and, like, here it looks more green, so that's a thing. So that was fun. I also remember there was a family that came up behind us, and my family was all like, hey, you should just turn on the lightsaber, right? And you should just, like, freak them out. And, you know, it's like, what if you, like, ran at them like you were a Sith? I'm like, I have the wrong color for that, first of all. I don't know. I was kind of like, oh, what's really impressive about it? I'm not sure. You know, if you've been to Hollywood studios, you've seen the cases and whatnot. So, but I did it eventually. I ignited it and immediately made the kid want their parents to spend $200 some on a lightsaber in Hollywood studios. So, mission accomplished. You're welcome, Disney. I don't know. Nice picture of the resort again. I think actually this is from where our rooms are. I think so. Yeah, I think this is like coming out of the eatery. We would go up these stairs right here. This was my sister's room, and then there was a room between us, and then ours was like right there. So that's where it is. Woohoo! We remember now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the main pathway from the side. And then there's the shop over there. I don't know, just kind of nice. Palm trees, you know, is amazing to me that some people, I guess, haven't seen palm trees in real life before. More than one at a time. I don't know. I started thinking about that. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. This was just me recording Blown Out Bean Feast a little bit. In case we couldn't find it on the internet, or basically so we could find it. Actually really hard to find. This was the thing that we watched that was the fireworks. So that's what that was. It was just a clip for me to remind, but I included it in case I didn't actually play the thing on day one, and I did. So that's what that was. Oh yeah, here's so this was the next morning. You know, you wake up, you're all sad. Everybody else was packed in the room, and my dad was like, I'm going to go for a walk. And I was like, you know what? I'm coming with you. I don't have a ton to do, because I just didn't. So we decided to go for another walk during the daytime, and we kind of walked the other way from where we had walked. So this was the Poseidon statue. I kind of thought he was like lifting his shirt, but I guess he's not. The tongue was a slide. We didn't really go into the pool at all. None of, I think like only two of us brought bathing suits. I was prepared to buy one, but we just never had the time, because we basically had to wake up and leave, with a couple of hours. So, you know, there's that. It's a really cool looking pool though. So I haven't been in a pool in years, so I really kind of wish we did get to go in it. And you can see that like you'll see it later too. There's a video, but like the snake part of him like goes all throughout the pool area, and it's a very large area, so really cool to see. I mean, it's like at the hotel, like, man, you feel like you're in a Disney park at the hotel, except clearly this is not King Triton. So a nice little picture of the path here. Again, one of the little service vehicles at the end though, so who knows. The hotel in general, I was like, all right, this is going to give me the best idea of what this looked like. So, and I'm happy for it because, you know, like I said, I love hotels, so cool stuff. Another picture of the lake going the other way. So I guess this is the way that the boats go to Disney Springs. So that's kind of cool. I love framing things like this, by the way. Like the light poles over here. I don't know where I learned that, but it actually does kind of balance out this tree over here pretty nicely, doesn't it? I don't know. I like to think I got that. Okay, so here's this is okay. Yeah, no, that's afterwards. Okay, so here's out in front of the hotel. The buses come in through here, and then the bus depots to the parks are over there. Stop A and B. We went to A more. We went to B more than we went to A. And God, the buses, you love them or you hate them. And mostly I did not love them. So, that's where we were. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of hard to get a shot. You had to walk all the way out here. There's people all, you know, whatever. But yeah, we kind of walked all over. We walked again over this way and then came back out around the front. I don't know if he's in this picture. I think, yeah, he is. He's right here behind this pole. Who are we talking about? My dad is, unlike me, a very outgoing guy, and will, talk to basically anyone. You know, the whole time he's like, I want to learn about the employees. What's the employee situation right now like that? So he walks up to this guy in the front of the hotel. His name is Woody. I shit you not. His name is Woody. And And my dad just strikes up a conversation with him, asks him how, how many people work here? It's 70,000. 70,000 people work at Disney World. My dad asked him, like, where do the people come from? Do you get tired of the music? Was the biggest thing that he worked. Because the music is on, like, a 20 or 30-minute loop of this, like, jazz music that doesn't really seem to vary a lot. It's also really hard to find. I think some of it is on Spotify, but like, I'm still thinking about some of, there was one that sounded like the Cantina Band, and there was another one that was just like a real soft sort of whatever this is. But yeah, there was a lot of that. But yeah, he's like, I just tune it out mostly. He's like, we start Christmas music next week. I'm like, thank God. They already had Christmas music going in the parks, which was really weird because it was like 84 degrees. They had Christmas music going. I was like, what the hell? This does not feel like this at all. So that was a bit jarring. But yeah, he was talking to this guy, having a conversation, really, just in the way that my dad does, I mean, he's not like one of those, I don't know how to describe it, but he's way more talkative than I am. So it's just always funny to see him like kind of grill a dude about his job or whatever. It's like, Dad, I don't think you're supposed to ask Disney people about I think it's all supposed to be a big secret so that they maintain the magic. But yeah, it was funny because when we got to this part where we're heading back to the room here, because we went back to the room, we needed a luggage cart. And so that was the thing. We walk out of the doors to the area outside where Woody is. My dad opens the door. He goes, "Hey, Woody!" And I'm like, oh my God, like he'd known him. I'm like, come on, man. It's not embarrassing. It's just like, man, I wish I had some of that, just a little bit of that. Like, man, I'm friends with everybody sort of thing. It's so funny. But yeah, it was, we did that, we loaded her up, and that was the thing. So this was, we took the elevator up, and I took this from the balcony that leads back from the elevators to our room. You can see the big old, there's my fingers, good job me. They just kind of crept in there. But yeah, you can see that's Poseidon over. What are you doing with your fingers, boy? There's the Snakey, the rest of the Snakey. That's like an area you could sit outside the pool. The pool bar is right across from that in there somewhere. Man, I'm so glad I bought a new phone for this. I know the quality is not showing up as well on here as I'd like. But I gotta tell you, it is not as vomit-inducing to watch these sorts of videos as it is with my old one. Like, those MagFest vlogs were, like, insufferable. But these, like, it's like a first-person video game just kind of, like, bopping along with my steps. It's so good. It's so good. It's, like, actually all right now. But, yeah, nice little mini tour of the resort. That's the eatery. How many times do I have to say that's the eatery? And then this is the room, which I took a picture of. Table area. This is where I sat and cried at night when I couldn't sleep. So that was the thing. Oh, there's one of the cups. You can see the cups in here. That's kind of nice. Yeah, this was all full of just stuff. I bought a bag of Ruffles chips, which still exist, most of them. I bought dip for them. This was the Chips Ahoy that I bought that I ate. You need to know these things, guys. There's a test. There's the bathroom area with a nice little curtain you could across, and then in there was the bathroom with the toilet and the shower. So that was kind of cool. There was like a Disney Alexa thing here that we didn't use because we didn't know how. Double vanity, very nice. All the people went in double vanity. I don't know. Neat little room. Just picture the room. Oh God, yeah, wow, completely different, huh? So okay, I guess we have to talk about everything else that happened. So we left. We took some pictures at the place outside that you saw a picture of from the front. We sat in one of those benches and waited for our shuttle ride thingy, which ended up not really coming on time, so they sent a bus instead, so we got to ride a bus, a big old bus. It was almost a private bus. There was another family there going to the airport, so we let them on too because, they were nice. But yeah, our first bus did not exactly come on time, so that was that was kind of an issue, but we got to the airport. It was at the airport that was a problem, which I guess I can start talking about because I know there's another picture that will better exemplify what I'm about to talk about. There are stores in the airport, right? So don't be fooled. If you want to buy Disney things, all you have to do is go to the Orlando airport because there's a Disney store there that held a lot of what was in the Disney park. Oh, that's right. I bought some things the last day too. I bought a bus packet because I wanted to remember the silly, stupid buses that we had to take to go everywhere. And then I bought myself. You remember how many times I said I love hotels? Well, I bought a Christmas ornament of the hotel, and in the back it's got Mickey and Minnie in one of the rooms or whatever, or in the little thing. Actually, really cool to have a mini model of the hotel. So I'm kind of I need to put it in. I'm kind of actually pretty stoked about it. So I might put that up at work to just be like, man, instead of at work, I would love to be at this hotel. So I bought that on the last day because I was like, man, I really should buy something that's like got Disney on it or what, I don't know. So that was a thing. We got to the airport. We had a little bit of time. We had to find the Southwest area, which was harder than it looked to do. So that was neat. We did not like the Orlando airport. Let me just foreshadow that. But they had that. They had a store with like all Grinch stuff in it that I'm surprised my mom didn't buy something in. But they also had a Harry Potter store. So you really don't need to go to World of Harry Potter either, because you can just see your Hufflepuff friend here at the airport. I took this because it reminded me of my friend who is a Hufflepuff, and you know who you are. It was actually a pretty cool store. Like, to be honest with you, you could buy like the character wands, you could buy house materials. The ties, I was very much considering buying a tie, but they were only striped. They didn't actually have like the house logo on them, which I thought was disappointing. But there was a lot of cool stuff in the Harry Potter shop. We didn't get to go to Universal Studios, which I would have liked to have done. And I know my dad very depressingly was like, well, I guess I'll never get to try one of them butter beers. And I'm like, oh my God, Dad, are you really doing it? Like, it was sad because it was like, man, that was the opportunity. We probably should have just done, but, it was a big ask already doing all of Disney. Yeah, it was cool in the airport to just kind of see what maybe we could have had there. But pretty cool, seeing that. And then this. All right. So look, this is their big Christmas tree. Look, I just okay, not a huge fan of the Orlando airport, but I do love this area because it looks sick. All around, and I wish I would have done like a panorama of this. All around was a hotel, the Hyatt. So that was cool. I take a drink every time I say I love a hotel. But yeah, there was like a little convention center in the bottom of these where you could have meetings and stuff. So that was cool. And then they were putting up their Christmas tree, and it was really cool because like they did it in patchwork. You can see there's like a frame here, and there were guys on the ground that would throw these like squares of Christmas tree up to dudes who were standing on the frame of the tree, and they would just kind of patch in the holes, and it would work. It was really cool to see, and we got to see it all because we were standing in the line for the TSA. Oh my God. Okay, look. The TSA where we left from was great. Like, the line was pretty short. We got through it pretty quick. Yeah, this TSA was just awful. We stood in line for like 30 to 40 minutes and learned why you get to the airport so freaking early. It was annoying. It was really annoying. The guy whose line we got in, his thing wasn't working right, so it took longer than everybody else. It was a bad time. My mom was dressed for the colder weather up north where we were going. So she was sweating, and it was just kind of a bad time. I had my lightsaber on my thing, and like, it's long, so it's very easy to like bump into things because you're not used to carrying a long pole on your back, you know? So it was pretty annoying. Let me tell you, look, if you're going to buy a lightsaber in Disney World, it is TSA friendly. It will go right through the machine, and oddly enough, they will not question you, even though you are carrying a sword-shaped pack on your back, right? Like, they know what they are, and it's fine, but, like, you do have to buy an engagement ring for it. It is really awkward to, like, handle. So, you know, it was a trek. We had to figure out how to get it in an overhead compartment so that, you know, nothing would break it or hurt it or whatever. It was it was a bit of an ordeal, but you know, we eventually made it. So, man, the TSA was just rough. This was the monorail system that they used to take you to the different terminals, which is I recorded the entire ride of this because why not? I enjoyed it. This was the best part of the Orlando airport. The Orlando airport was also where I finally got a freaking burger. It was from McDonald's. I don't think I included my mom took a picture of me with my burger and my very like unamused face with my McDonald's cheeseburger, but you know. Also, it's real bad because I was kind of holding it by my waist in case, like, you know, we weren't supposed to be doing this. I don't know. I get self-conscious when I vlog, so that's why I don't do it much, and that's why I'm doing it this way. But yeah, kind of a nice little pleasant ride. But yeah, you know, this airport was kind of crappy. The terminal was pretty crowded too. I don't know. It was just, and we all wanted to be home, you know. If we weren't going to be at Disney, and we were all depressed about leaving Disney. So we all kind of wanted to be home at this point, and we just did not want to bother with this. And the process of traveling just takes so long. You know, this is the year 2023. We're not only supposed to have flying cars, but like airplane travel should be like the easiest. You should just walk on. But you know, people have made it difficult. All right, so plane pictures. Here we go. We're bringing it back home. Clouds. Cool looking clouds, layers of clouds, like just weird. I don't know. Cool stuff though. I love plane pictures. It's so dumb. It's like they're so cool though. Like you can get this picture from anywhere because everybody sees it. Oh god, these pictures. Oh, these just get better and better. Okay, look, I just gotta gush and then we'll wrap up here. But oh man, these just get better. Just take it in. Just like, how cool is this? Oh god, here we go. Here we go. It's creeping in. Oh, it's so cool. Like, it is just wild to think that this is where life is going on for people on the ground. It is so weird being in heaven and looking down. And weird. Like, you don't think that, like, heaven is a place that you can go, but, that's basically what you think this looks like. Like, it's so weird. You know? It's like, it really kind of breaks religion wide open a little bit, because you're up in the clouds, and it's like, man, I don't see Jimi Hendrix anywhere. I don't know why Jimi Hendrix was, like, the first dead person I thought of, but, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. I need to make this my phone background or something. It's just so cool. This is Richmond, I think. Super cool, though. I mean, just like the way it looks like, it's just like a big light vein on man, I'm sorry. It's just cool. It's just cool. It's just cool looking, man. That's all I can say about these. It's just the coolness of it is taking up all the space. By the way, we're about to hit Jack Sparrow again, I think. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So that was the last one. All right. So we're wrapping up the Disney vlogs here. We came home. It was very sad. We were very sad and depressed, and you know, my mom had to work the next day, and I got to do nothing the next day, and I was still very depressed. And why? Just like think about it, and it's like, well, post vacation blues are a thing. It happens with MagFest. It happens with everything, and it just like it sucks because it's like, oh man, this is what freedom is like. This is what it's like when I get to escape capitalist hell society every now and then. It's like, man, this is what life could be if only I had more vacation time and wasn't paid like crap. So, but yeah, no, it's always sad coming home. I think we all agreed that we could have used a day or two extra at least. You know, even if we still didn't do Animal Kingdom, getting to go back to some of the parks that we just wanted to spend more time in, or you know, getting to hang out at the hotel a little more, and you know, walk up to Riverside and do Disney Springs at a time when maybe 1,000. I like how I said maybe 1,000 people, honey. It's not 1,000 people. It was like, God, I love that, where just an example of how my brain works, right? I said it wasn't 1,000 people, so naturally my brain with Christopher Lee's voice came in and said tens of thousands, and so then I thought of the MagFest video where I was like, oh, it's Bunfest. There's tens of thousands. Look, it was worth staying in a nature room just for that shot. Honestly, I'm still proud of it, and nobody's commented on it. So there's my little soapbox. Anyway, no, it was fun. So look, all right, hey, you spent like almost 4 hours talking about like Disney trips right now. Like, are you a Disney adult? What's going on? No. And look, I can see Disney World for a bit of the nightmare that it is, because it is a place that tries to facilitate like way too many people, and like it just kind of barely handles it, you know, with the way that it does, and the lightning lanes and the genie pass and the just all of that crap that my sister handled. Thank God for her. I sound religious in this video. It's really weird. Thank Mom for her. All right, that's getting a little weird. No, seriously, it's a bit complicated to go to Disney World and to get to do everything you want to do, and we did. We you know, I don't think there was very much that you know, people were like, oh man, I really wish we did that, or I really wish we did that. There was like one or two things like, man, I wish we would have gotten to go in the Cantina, but I later saw in a video that they did not have a replica of the Cantina band in there, so I don't even give a shit anymore. If I'm not there to see Figure and Don and the Modal Nose, like, who cares, right? It's like this, the old pilot from Star Tours was in there being a DJ or something. So I didn't even really care, but like, you know. So yeah, what is it? What is it about Disney that makes you want to talk about it? Well, first of all, it's I don't get out much, so it's really fun to get out and have these new experiences, and I'm thankful for them. Thanksgiving was like 3 days ago. I'm thankful for them. So that was, you know. It was very nice. It was fun to look at and do all this stuff. You know, when you get older, I was not 7. I was not 15 for this trip. I am an adult. So like, it's like, oh man, the Disney magic, so to speak, kind of wears off. It's not like you're a kid and you're like, oh, what Mickey's like there and there's a castle. Like, what is this real? Are my parents being like stupid by not living here? Like, what the hell is the problem? You know, so there was always that as a kid, but as an adult, you I think what you start to appreciate more about Disney World is how clean and nice it is. Like, Disney World is a part of the world that is better kept and better run than like the country, and like the whole country should be run as well as Disney World. It's weird as an adult to go in and find a place that is run as well as Disney World is. And I know that there's some like nightmares behind the scenes to get it that way. I know that like the process to be hired at Disney, for example, is very competitive in a way that like can break some people. So that's the wrong side. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, so I know it's not all fun and games, and you know, as you get older, you start to learn some of the things behind the scenes and behind the magic and all that. But like, you can still go in and appreciate how it all comes together, and how it's just like everywhere is themed, and you know, it's immersive, and you can't help but feel a little bit of Disney magic. Like, it's a thing. It's like, oh man, these days especially, it's like, oh, you're selling out to you're buying what they're selling, and it's like, yeah, and it's kind of nice to let yourself buy what they're selling. Honestly, like, I know there's this struggle between like, all right, well, the reality of the situation, which is I have paid thousands of dollars to be here, so my ass better enjoy this shit. And like, the reality of it that like, man, there's a spaceship over there, like there's a Hollywood Tower, going into Star Wars land, no big deal. I think Disney's entire job is to make you forget about the money you spent to be there. So, and they do a pretty decent job, like it is pretty cool. Like all the people who work there, they're pretty much all very friendly. And it's very bizarre to go there and be like, oh man, the world outside is burning. But here in Disney World, it's nice to get away. Like, it does actually feel like a vacation in that sense. It would have felt more like a vacation if my feet didn't have blisters and I was very comfortable the whole time and all that stuff. But it's a thing. So yeah, I mean, I do think that Disney is kind of a magical place indeed, where things work for the most part, except for those vending machines. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's like it's a little hard to put into words, but to me it's still worth going. It's still worth doing. I mean, and the good news is that my parents went, and at their age, it was still exciting for them, and they still had a lot of fun. So, what? It's nice to know that as long as the world doesn't blow up, A, Disney World will exist because they're defending that place. And B, you can go there and have a good time. I might be a mutated nuclear fallout idiot, and I can still go to Disney World and enjoy my third arm coming out of my head. This vlog is getting very strange, but no, Disney is very enjoyable. It's really cool to go to a place that is nice and clean and scenic and quiet in some places and very not quiet in others. There's a lot to take in and there's a lot to describe about it, which is why I think I'm struggling. But no, it's there's no place quite like it. Happiest place on earth? I don't know. Pretty expensive to be the happiest place on earth, but pretty cool, pretty freaking cool to go to, and to see everyone be pretty delighted and whatnot. As vacations go, neat. I have not been on a family vacation in a long time. You may be able to count Memphis last year. Not quite the same. But yeah, no, I mean, as a vacation, it was good. Like I said, haven't been on a family vacation in a long time. We are all very different people than the last time we were on a family vacation. Yeah, it was a bit, slapping the five of us in a small area, all depending on one another to make this thing work. We are all individuals, and we all have our pressure points. And unfortunately, as fun as it is, a Disney vacation will test all of those. It will test our unused feet. It will test our minds and our bodies and our ability to be around people, because Lord knows we don't do that willingly. We are like avoidant. We're like, all right, look, you cannot, if you're going to Walmart, do not go there past 8 a.m. Like, it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of planning in this house, because we do not want to interact with people. I go to Target on Sundays sometimes. Like, that's as good as it gets. And I do MagFest. And I think because I do MagFest, I was a little bit better prepared for Disney World, because, like, I can navigate that marketplace like a boss after 10 years. But, like, it's just patience and, like, watching shoulders. Like, that's what it is. Like, I got very used to it. But you still get people sick. You still get tired of seeing so many people. You get tired of walking around. You get tired of not knowing exactly what you're doing, because, like, you've got these lightning lane things, and, like, you ride at 10 and you ride at 12, so you have to figure out what to do in between them. You just got to sit down and have a really good burger that I didn't get to have, that I'm still salty about. People get tired. People have different schedules. My sister and her husband, they travel. They go on vacations. They know how to do things. They're tourists, right? Like, and we are not that. We are like idiot tourists, me and my parents, right? Because we don't go anywhere. So they can just kind of go. So that first night was like a mess because we were like, hang on, actually, this is too much. And it, like, you know, my family has some pretty short fuses, shall we say. So we all get very upset and we want to fix things and we just can't. And it's like, it's hard for us to kind of just slow down and be like, all right, this is where it is. Like, we don't give each other time to like solve our own problems either. We're like, if somebody's unhappy, we want to fix it. We were like, no, you need to stop being upset now. And it's like, it kind of just makes it worse. Sorry to spill some of our baggage, but it's true. And I think that everyone can kind of nod their heads, say, yeah, you know, I hope maybe from this we learn to slow down. But you know what? It's like, I know we didn't always, you know, we didn't always have like a good time with some things. Some of the small things that get on each other's nerves that didn't kind of leave them at the door either. But you know what? It's like, it was worth it. That sounds weird. No, I legitimately enjoyed having all 5 of us in the same place. And doing fun things and experiencing new things together and getting to live the magic of Disney. So I'm really thankful that we got to have this because, man, we haven't had anything like this in years. So it is really cool that, you know, we got to do something like this. I think we needed to do more. Like, looking back on it, it's like, you know, we needed to do more of this over the past 15 years. Like, it's kind of something that I think was missing from our lives. And I'm glad that we all got to have this together and we all agree, you know, we wish we'd had more time, there doing that. I think it would have been more comfortable for everybody, and I think we would have been able to spread things out in a way that maybe didn't cause some of those issues to come out, which is ideal. But honestly, like, I'm really glad we did it. It was great. It was just as good to go to Disney, but it was even better that, you know, I got to spend time with my family and we got to, you know, we'll always get to have that conversation about Guardians of the Galaxy together, to which my dad will always chime in, it was awful. Like, I could take myself some ice cream and some milk and some chocolate syrup and make a milkshake on that ride. I'm not making that up. That is legitimate what he said afterwards. It was amazing. But like, and I can't wait to hear, like, in you know, in 2 years when he's describing it to the last person that hasn't heard about his experience on Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's like, it ate my firstborn. It's like, she's right here. She's over there. Like, she's fine. She enjoyed it. Like, I don't know. It's just, it'll be hilarious. No, but seriously, I don't know, a bit wishy-washy to be like, oh yeah, it was nice spending time with my family. It was nice getting to experience new things, you know, with my family, whether it was listening to the stupid dude with the light up hat on the plane complain about how he had to wait on the runway. Like, at least you didn't have to work in the morning. My mom did. Like, get out of here. But no, it was, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it, but it was so cool. There we go. Back to that. You didn't think you were going to have to drink during this one, did you? But, yeah, I don't know. It was very nice, and I'm glad we did it. It was nice to look forward to. I tell you what, when we got home, we were all depressed, and my sister sent me this article where it was like, oh yeah, by the way, you are like way happier before a vacation than after. And yeah, I've been looking forward to this for like 9 or 10 months. So, yeah, I was very excited about it. I was looking forward to it all year, like literally, you know, almost every day I was like, oh, you know what? That's cool. That's coming up. Disney's coming up. I have that to look forward to. And I don't know what the hell I have in my life to look forward to. Like, MagFest is coming up, but I'm like, you know, it's not the same. It's not Disney. I am looking forward to it. And if you're from MagFest, excited to see you. But, like, you know, it's a thing. Again, I wish we had had more time. There was just one more thing I wanted to say, and it's like dumb. It's like actually dumb. Like you might think I may have saved the most profound for last. No, not that organized tonight. I had a thought about Star Wars Land, and like honestly, like this is so dumb. Why am I closing with this? But like, I love Star Wars Land. That's really the whole reason we went, because we wanted to experience that. Because we're all fans of Star Wars, so you know, we did really want to go, and I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed getting to be in that world, right? Like I can go back to the picture of it, right, or a picture of it. I don't know why I didn't take more pictures of it. I guess because it was the first day, and I was like, I don't know how many pictures I want to take, or what I'm doing with the vlog yet, but like, I don't know, just like, you know, getting to be there, you know, in this Star Wars area was cool, but it also kind of takes you out of the experience. Actually, this is a better, actually, yeah. It kind of does take you out of the experience a bit to have all these bozos walking around in freaking t-shirts. I was just thinking about this. I was like, there was something that like bugged me about Star Wars Land. And it's like, while I was there too, it's like, you have all these people with their Disney knapsacks wearing Mickey Mouse t-shirts in your Star Wars Land. Like, how am I supposed to be immersed in Star Wars Land when there's just like these people walking around, you know? It's like all these normalers, like, you know. I wanted to go there in like the stuff. I don't know if you can like buy the stuff there and then wear it. But like, man, I want to go there and make it feel like it's Star Wars. I want to see some random alien people walking around. I want people that look like they're from Star Wars. Well, oh, that's me. Walking around, you know? I had that thought about Star Wars Land, and I was like, you know, I want to say something about it. And now I am, and now you're worse for it. But I don't know. I think if I had one complaint about Star Wars Land, I think that's it. It kind of takes you out of it to see some people scooting around on mopeds and shit. You know, it kind of takes you out of the effect of being like, oh man, I'm in a Star Wars movie, except that all these weird people are here, except that all of these not weird people are here. So that was a random note I wanted to say about Star Wars Land. I don't know, everything else is great. B+. Happy Disney. Happy New Year. Bye-bye. No, you know, that's not the word. That's not. I can't sing. Sorry, it's over for me. It's over for me. It's over for me. It's over for you now. Congrats. You are free from my Disney vlogs. You've done it. I don't know how to end videos, so comment below if you were at Disney with me and tell me about all of the experiences you had at Disney with me. That definitely happened.